All right, welcome back to Project Beetle. So we just finished on the Mustangs. Let's work on the Beetle because I was driving around and I got a check engine light for code P3081. And the first thing, the easiest fix I'm going to try is the coolant temp sensor, which is located on the driver's side. Now, those with the expert eyes will notice that there is a hole, a sad, sad hole in my headlight housing because I was parked somewhere and someone backed into the car and then the hood also got dented. It's a very, very sad day for that.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, so the coolant temp sensor is located below the airbox in between the engine and the battery here. And you can see it. Oh yes, right here. It is. This is the plug-in and the sensor's right below it. And yes, mine is the old black housing sensor. So the new part, the revised part, is a green sensor here. So I got a new O-ring, a new plastic clip to go with it. So let's go ahead and install it. Now, the first thing you're gonna do is pop your cover off here. It just has sitting on 4 tabs. Well, actually, you take off the oil fill cap, lid up on the windshield wiper cowl, and you can just pop it off in 4 spots. And then to the back. Okay, one more. If you look below the last one, being a little stubborn, we'll get it. Okay. We can lay that off to the side. Oh, and then don't lose your little rubber piece. It just sits right on here, and then the cover goes on top. So I'll set that up there. And then next we're going to want to take off the intake tubing here to get that out of the way, make some room. So just one here and one here. Channel locks will do the trick. I got my blue channel locks, and let me open them up a little bit. So if I squeeze, I can pull it back. I can put it back there. I should be able to work the airbox tube right off of the airbox. This will be a 2-hand situation. And we'll take off the, or take loose the other clamp near the throttle body. And we can work off the airbox tubing. And then really, we don't have to take it all the way out. We just have to get enough out of the way so we can work on our sensor here. So I just have it loose, out of the way enough. Okay, so now we come to our sensor here. Okay, so I don't want to break this sensor, so what I can do is I can actually just pop the clip holding the part of it, the sensor part, this plug here. I don't want to break this, trying to disconnect it, so I'll just take this clip out first and take the whole thing out, and I can get a better eye on how to take apart. So just pry out on the clip. I have a new one, so I'm not worried about losing it. I just don't want it to land somewhere where there's moving parts under the hood here. I'll get it out somewhat and see if I can grab the whole thing the rest of the way. Okay, got it out. You can see it sits in 2 slots or grooves on the outside housing of the coolant temperature sensor area. So I'll just set that off to the side here. This is the old one. This is the new one with the new sensor. Okay, so now should be able to grab this whole thing up out of the housing. I have a little drain pan underneath the car in case any coolant drops. It should be, well, we'll find out. A little bit of coolant, not too much. What color is that? Is that orange or pink? There's the overflow tank. Kind of see down low. If you put a light on the outside of the plastic housing, kind of see, yeah, it's either pink or orange. Okay. So now we got this guy on the open. Okay, so it looks like I was originally trying to pry on this side, but that's not right. It's right here. So what is that going to be? I think I got to push up on this section here. I think I'm supposed to get in here and kind of, yep, there's the click. And you can pull it apart just like that. Very nice. Okay, so there's a 4-pin connector on my 2009 Volkswagen Beetle. And I went to the parts store and they gave me the 2-pin, but before I left the parts counter, I said, hey, I think I need the 4-pin. Okay, so that's that. You can let that sit there to the side. And, oh, the O-ring did not come out. So, let us go down here and see if we can fish it out of the housing. Yes, we can. All right. So there is all the old stuff. Here's the new one, side by side. Again, with 4 pins, and this greenhouse is supposedly an updated part. So we can go ahead and put it back in the car. I can go ahead and just wipe out the housing a little bit as best you can. Let me get a rag. Okay, very good. Okay, there we go. So take the new green sensor and I'll just go ahead and plug it back in, and I'll just put the whole thing back in, put the clip in last. Okay, so click it in. Very good. Then set the whole thing back down on the housing. And it looks like our new clip will hold everything in place. Oh yeah, so the clip looks like it sits right above the brass part of the sensor. Very good. All right, clip is in. Just like that. New sensor in place. Go ahead and clear your code. And then start the car up and test run it. And that little bit of coolant you lost, make sure you didn't lose too much. You might have to top off your coolant there. Other than that, that is the new sensor in there and replaced. And when you put your intake tubing on, don't forget to put your little other tube connections on. This tube goes on this part, and the smaller connection goes down in there. You can connect everything back up, engine cover back on, and oh yeah, this piece first. Don't forget that rubber piece here first, then the engine cover, then your oil fill cap. All right, thanks for watching.